players na kasa ahead of nyame adoma weekend game I be so various leagues Europe no na ma mention asem free Spain metietie Lamine Yamal ni interviews ni bebre na omubusa ne say nyame adoma Sunday on Real Madrid no Lamine Yamal obeshegu anase onshegu ntia Real Madrid ana Lamine Yamal say last season venue na game ne bekoso Benebao no okoshe goal ho ema Barcelona akoshe 4 nti ono ogidie say nyame adoma Sunday ono Lamine Yamal obesi form na washegu ama Barcelona supporters so according to Lamine Yamal ken ose obeshegu nyame adoma Sunday na after sa interview no about bonten nkofo si o asa kray o kasa dodo nya abotre enye last season Barcelona they say Barcelona bo boku no injuries bebre ana form no craft no free injury aba enti onya abotre Mike the first question abebusa ho ne say edi enti na Lamine Yamal say Sunday obeshegu di tia Real Madrid. That's the first question I was obisa. And to me metina city interview am processing Lamine Yamal interview no nyoma mienu ana me hu ne sama Lamine Yamal esi obeshegu nyame adoma Sunday. The first reason the confidence level. The confidence in tina mane kasa asem. On say football ye ka confidence you believe a player wo want the ability and so believe no my player to me take good decisions. My sa player no me perform very well. And my sa player to me withstand a pressure. And anytime biano sa wo check Lamine Yamal or kasa no wogidie want ability or wogidie so ni mbo ne bo. O wogidie say team bi obesia ni biano or no Lamine Yamal obetima perform e de etia sa team no. Enti e ka ho bi ana Lamine Yamal say against a team friends Real Madrid no obeshego e de etia Real Madrid boboku no. So the first reason why Lamine Yamal e ka sa asem ne say ono Lamine Yamal no ne confidence level no e wosoro. So confidence or one onim say ono Lamine Yamal usa o 18 years. Nemum okosia opponent bi o nsuro no. Okosia team bi a nsuro no and Lamine Yamal wo gidie won ability mu say teams akese no any big matches of performing. So say ne Lamine Yamal si nyame adoma Sunday obeshegu e die tell Real Madrid ake. Me hu ni say the reason why Maneka sa asem no the confidence level. The tosu mienu. Waye bi pen enti okaso obeya a enti hu akini ye. Se ukọ Spain a Lamine Yamal Asia teams bebre. Na oka opponent Lamine Yamal tai goals editi omo pa na team miensa wo Spain. Athletic Bilbao o goals editi omo. Granada ana Real Madrid. Sa teams miensa we ana yebo oboku Spain a Lamine Yamal tai omo goals kese pa. Enti ono Lamine Yamal no wa 3 goals editi Real Madrid boboku no including last season a o Real Madrid. Omo 4 times. O involve 5 goals contribution. O say goals miensa and o ye 2 assists. Enti Lamine Yamal nankasa as a footballer. O wogidie wo ni mu say enam say wa ye bi pen e wo Benebao. Enam say o share Real Madrid a o tai hye ni nti no. O wogidie say obetima akwa. So say ne me meti say Lamine Yamal say obehye Real Madrid Sunday a 2 reasons in Lamine Yamal kasa ne confidence e kra no ana ade a wa ye bi pen enti so o kasa o sa ye bi ma yendi na chinye bebre biking ni nyina no ebetwa nyame adoma Sunday said all kasa no Sunday agro ne form wakasa kasa de mframa by performance no and also show working on the field of play and to say ebetwa Lamine Yamal nyame adoma Sunday said wakasa obesha Real Madrid no ye kohweso betima hye and may train the battle between Lamine Yamal and Alvaro Carreras over the left side and the Real Madrid boboku nti ye train Lamine Yamal wa promise Barcelona for ne say Sunday obeshegu di etia Real Madrid. Ye heso betima deliver sa promise no e de ma Barcelona. Enzo Maresca coach e de ma Chelsea boboku no. We read press conference ahead of Sunderland game no nyame adoma weekend. Na good news say free Enzo Maresca ne press conference ne ba ne say. O say afedie Abrante ne friend say Dilap etimi recover na enra mpokra no Dilap etimi ye training with ni teammates no. Nemum nyame adoma weekend game against Sunderland ne die. Dilap etimi nsi akan. By midweek Ewo EFL Cup no. Ana Dila baby to Messi akan Ediama Chelsea Bobuko no. Which I believe a good news Ediama Chelsea Bobuko no. Any Chelsea as a football club. Mekaye passe na Chelsea ni Fulham ana na esi akan. Ana Dila beko praye. Oko praye no ana Chelsea for Ediba say. Abrantie no after some koye the test when you hamstring injury. Every Fulham game ni besi no, wa missing 9 games Ediama Chelsea Bobuko no. And every coach was as Subiano. Ne die so any idea baako aye open here say ni players ebetima stay fit no be available for selection enti eto de be na team coaches ni players prepare na ninji because coach bia person ni player bia available for selection no timi use no enti Sedila pa wo pray onya hamstring etimi asa return ya ba Chelsea setup ni ma I believe a very good news at the match Chelsea Bobuko and Dila pa wo say ba no good in a sense say and my Chelsea options are the number 9 row and the number 10 row. Say we have Chelsea on number 9 row now. After Sedila etimi returning from injury no. Say about ye players miensa. I won't bet me I will pray towards our row hoye. I will be very good for Chelsea, very instrumental for Chelsea. Already, Joao Pedro ewo ho. I was our number 9 row. Magiu also ewo ho. And I say Dila etimi returning. And based on the nature of the game at Chelsea Bishia. Opponent at Chelsea Bishia no. A bet mama coach ni decided you obey you no our number 9. Say we your coach and also your team. Now players ni prepare be bra. E ya na amount options our positions. By say na Dila as returning from injury no. Say Enzo Maresca our option one number 9 rule say Chelsea show opponent match ready or analyze the opponent na onim say maybe Dila and a chance e be suit no. Or assess the opponent no bet mark as batch ready e ma give na bet me suit no. So based on opponent at Chelsea bet me channel no say Dila po wait me return no e be ma Chelsea options e number 9 rule. The same time e be ma options e number 10 rule. Let's not forget Copa Mepra. Enti Copa Mepra no Obia nim say Chelsea Abrante fence Joao Pedro etimi bo as a number 9. Enti say na Dila paba no coach ni betima sa convert Joao Pedro as a man be operate our number 10 role because Esteban otimi bo ho. And they say Dila baba. Enti say Dila paba ubetima say use Joao Pedro our the number 10 role. Enti say Abrante now returning from injury no. And my Chelsea options our the number 9 rule, the number 10 rule and tactically. So when you go see in China, say Dila see a kind of the match Chelsea. From a tactical standpoint, idea about where you are the boy Chelsea Bobuko ne pani say. And you create a lot of spaces at the money teammates. No matter me running into some pocket of spaces, no. At the time, you saw no deal up operate as a number 9. And you are mostly opening the opponent as center back. Not time you are with me at the strategy, now creating space at the moment teammates. Typical example, Chelsea against West Ham. Chelsea quite will question as 5 no against West Ham. Some match no. Enzo Maresca, Emma Dila, Ebo as a number 9. Ano Yusu Joao Pedro as the number 10, Estevao on the right wing, Ano Yusu Pedro Neto on the left wing. And Obi Bia check his game now, Pedro Neto go no say no. Na ya Branty fence Dila. Ana time bia we pini to Dibu. And then a creating space at the Chelsea. So say now was a return no. Ubetima classify and say Chelsea as a offensive player, Obetima pini opponent, which I believe a very good news for Chelsea Bobuko. So ko PM ewo Germany ken ye ka Bayern ewo form and the first player ba ye team no Hurricane, which I understandable because born na Hurricane e born was soro numbers na o produce no ewo soro and the first player of Bayern na e ba ye team no Abrante fence Hurricane by unya abotre na wo hwe Bayern Bobuko no na wo hwe Bavarians na another player wey impress so much so obi ebo ni din no Michael Olise. But to the bia, and now the Osha goes no, or no produce numbers in Tinia Taibo Hurricane Dino. But now, but Bayern, Nasha Crania friends Michael Olise no, and your hype, and your fluke say, Teams like a say, Obia person or Safa Branty friends Michael Olise no, and if you buy a Bobukuni. Yasha Michael Olise, our Crystal Palace. But Branty will PM or Bayern no, a dear Bakwa near Japano, how I wait me develop here. Time you know Michael Olise no, or team affected games across the pitch. It is a Michael Olise AC kind of my friends Bayern. Bayern AC kind on the right wing go ultimately affect game and also influence game. Right side or half space or ultimately influence game. about the left half space or influence game about the central role as the number 10 or to me influence game. And to check your brand and if it is so question by and for this, ye can play to me influence game or to me affecting game Edema by and Bobo across the picture. Ultimately, Michael Olise in free ho. Last season, in all competition, Michael Olise Emma 20 goals. And the Babesha new season, I say, Wamao 9 goals, I 8 assists. Can say football na yebono, akwa numbers game. And it's a what to me more good performance. Now, sir, the numbers, Esa and my star play and be special. To me, play about what and Chebian Moon say, or back it is through Amibiasin Nabundino, Michael Olise. And Yamon wants Manchester City for dinner to say, Omope. Say which check Manchester City, the right side of Oyo moving so. Omo said they need established right winger who be. So ko Liverpool for so Omope Michael Olise. Omo nim say Entebia Mohamed Salah ebe free sin nim. Ente wasi ekunye obi a obetima be influence game, obetima sabe ade up numbers and say who per right winger back or former or perform at the highest level. Ya branch friend say Michael Olise. Mi ko wie no Amorim so wie in press conference. Now ahead of Brighton and Manchester game, no Musa Amorim say, what's the Liverpool game no? Saying City and Amorim say, spirit no mudi winning never so by say Liverpool game no air pass. Be focusing on the future. Adi Amorim person okani nani say, Manchester United here nyoma mi no. Omu here consistency in their results and performance, and omu here winning mentality. Okay, every top football club was as it should be ano. Who tactics free ho, who individual performance free ho, who here consistency. Untimi winning and adebeti no drop it, adebeti no say winning. There be young fans stay on the top. And the teams some dominate league, teams some compete at the highest level biano. A year consistency in terms of results and performance also. How are ubetimi abo homo den dia wo ye no ubetima ya to aso no and ye kind of consistency. Then about winning mentality how our time biano ubenya adwini believe be say game na ye wrem no ye betimi win. And to check Manchester United. Shebo no mokobo against Liverpool team. Those Liverpool ne dominate here by checking mentality on the real game. And no say Manchester United here because in terms of individual brilliance, Manchester will be. By the end, Akasa Manchester United was Sunderland, was Liverpool. Akasa umbe winya to so. So much me yes again to so and the Manchester United about so you expect against Brighton the same results. The kind of energy, that consistency of their mind, that winning mentality, no. I don't know. You say Manchester United fans need na ehwehwe. Say Manchester shall say so mu win ya to so. I don't know how benye GDA say after the Manchester United ABC that dem. In Amorim say Manchester, here say consistency and winning mentality.
But that's say consistency and winning mentality United against Brighton. They never be the one come out. Always a brand.
Keme that say na minchia awoshi ewo do pound of any city James Center guys in nyina me no mo komo kakra. The etiane say ene me hu say Spain boil pa. Na it's because of an 18-year-old boy. And it generated this Clasico conversation. Say and it's here. Now you see some of these things, you know, Clasico bebaswa. You need some of these tension. Me who's a tension? Our town pa. Madrid for akuma was through. Madrid akuma was through pa. And the Barca no, what they are doing is intentional. Say a starting free. Barca come on the ball. I was Villarreal. And a Florentino Perez at Yesimua born a yamo. It's a before harder now. Now me no be din komo kakra. The Etienne say, I think say, I am beginning to appreciate the fact to say, Lamine Yamal, on your Messi, or your calm, on your interviews, and throw shots. Also, Messi most times, Rankasano, on Tessa, on Casa, or Babi in a Jumana Oko. Lamine, or your beer, or Pecasa, they be up so one news, or Sada. He always want to be in the news. Or ye crowd, mesha no aba beye sankofoni bia. Instead of sometimes obia also you see an idea. Obi a calm. Obi person dey bia oba news animo. What you say? Inti Lamine ye sankofoni bi. Ejuma no onimiyo. Inti opekasa. Inti me person share from that angle. Now, okay. Mami know the genesis of the story. Share what can I say between 2008 to be 2012 baby. Yeah, but Clasico biano. Why never interview Bufoba? Gerard Piqué, beboa. Between 2008 to 2012. Yeah, be bought Clasico na tension wo mu a. The obese da be kan sam na Madrid for the buafu e Gerard Piqué. Piqué ne say ade no. It's game no the be see bia the cameras for the Piqué. So okay say 5-0 ne by Piqué and is say he's the main man. On e na ko trigger asam ne ba. Na oba na Mourinho mo so na ma those days time Mourinho mo buy no. It's sa tension no e wo ho. 1 week ago and Gerard Piqué started Saturday with Command Lamine Kodi no. Gerard Piqué started here. And on started by interview said, referee say was Spain for no money na Madrid for. Okay, sir, entwam. There was an interview by Anony Marcelo Tikamu. Sabenya sa we no. Kent. Now Wokasa Anna or making comments be so this is the Gerard Piqué. And on Marcelo Kasa. And on making comments be. My for comments in show. Can you give me the comments? Na me show ade. Can me patcho wadaroma. Besa obo me wa hwe. Gerard Piqué asem wo kai. Real Madrid complains when they can no longer steal. That's the DNA of Real Madrid. Senior man no. Real Madrid complains when they can no longer steal. That's the DNA of Real Madrid. Just a Real Madrid DNA they say. There be your complaints. Who say Madrid need your complaints and I just say, "Obeso bon chrono, but until me more sa chrono no." And I start Jimmy. Piqué can't answer. Now, one thing you should also know and say, Piqué, he buy. And the guys not with Sony now, we now under Gerard Piqué, King's leg now mobile no. What's the commander meaning would not say? Say boss near Piqué or no, Esano, he buys also the strong guy. But what would he buy? He buy closest friend Lionel Messi. Or you associated to some of one. And I know my program. I agree. A lot of people can say, "Oh, Lamine Yamal will be about Clasico." The better know what's not interview be say. But Charles say Gerard Piqué ni buy more. The way I'm more stronger no. And a boy no question. Question he buy the bisa Lamine Yamal. Can't get me that one. He buy ne say. Can't you benya interview no asamna Lamine Yamal. He buy no say. Real Madrid are stealing. A question no. And Lamine Yamal say yes. They steal and then complain. That's what they do. Now I say, I Madrid for Omuya now must answer about complaining. What I say, Omuya. No matter also say I na Madrid for no AC. Now, share the Lamine Yamal can ye, and this the Gerard Piqué can ye, and so see be the womb. Piqué say. Real Madrid complains when they can no longer steal. That's their DNA. And Lamine Yamal also used to stealing no Ibana Okofa also he was in referencing the Piqué interview. And also used to stealing that as a Madrid for the same for. Now could I get there? Say you can throw any shade to Real Madrid, but for you to label them, say you just Okofa. And I must say, Madrid for no buffua. Say, as some new Real Madrid for campus says almost say, more cost Spanish national team. My mom boy in his answer because the more one is or disrespect Real Madrid. Then Madrid, guys also throws a shot to say, young can't Lamine Yamal say. In the history of Spanish La Liga, club will be anywhere. Almost some more quarter say, Omutuya 8.4 million euros. Adema, Vice President of the Referees Association, Negregra, Emma Samne Guswa Yeka. It is evidence by NHS one club is paying that huge sums of money to a referee. In Tenos way, who be accusing Madrid? Madrid, and what is the evidence? Oh, the idea. Ya tell me some no crowd the court. It says, you know, back and forth. I'm sure, say, Yamia Duma Kwesiada. Ah, yeah. Park and also the besi. Now, Meaning Pepe says and can come away. And on those days, Sergio Ramos, any Pepe one. And they will kick him, they will be kicking Lamine Yamal. Born they will target Lamine Yamal. Say and canena, it be a Pepe Muse. What can some mama the entire Madrid fan base or be a willful comments left, right, center. In the game, no, you never the name a war and Kasana Kieko. I don't know how Madrid are going to react. I think say the best way a park and it's because Nkomana Lamine Yamal didn't OD because we share Madrid 4 times or share Wamusa. Madrid Barcelona sending in a. Say we are expecting Real Madrid's response. Whether they are going to do it on the pitch by winning them, or whether they are going to do on the pitch by discipline Lamine Yamal and one in any age. It could also be says Lamine Yamal send a grossy pension. Wouldn't know before say game anymore. One really as I did no crown or better to because it's a pain. On some boy no sound not here. Nkomaye di nani ajiu. Or Tifia na osre because he's the type of guy. They be open news. Open news ban hon. Inti ken yet ya no no. Say Clasico no. Ha. In come say na say na say Clasico aye din say. But say this game the tension I start say bank kakra. Sometimes we need some of these things e boa. But say the entire Madrid fan base ne dey. Ebufuo ho. Munya botre akwada ne dey afa dey Madrid pa ken. Madrid for say Lamine Yamal Ancient Messi. Now say, hey, for the very first time I am hearing this say, Madrid supporters ni be bo Messi abaso because say Messi with all the records for Clasico muno when the Madrid attempt that no a discipline but all Lamine Yamal just 18 years. Shankoma was starting H0T shots the man Real Madrid. Yami Aduma will sit down on the pitch. Dear Tiana say. Raphinha nkomo no eyame ya pa na yana yame ya ne say one of the players in fact they care about their health. Raphinha can be last year year season you know na akwa appointed Bruno Oliveira. Wa wonim Bruno Oliveira oya Brazil ni can't mame Bruno nyame hira Bruno na eda television no so no Bruno aya Brazil ni na ne speciality ni say wo bobo wie in fact before and after on him how to prevent injury so yes so a specialist he is paid by Raphinha's on channel into the question my woman say last season Kim Raphinha unzo prior when you invest on the football now, it is such a player. All of a sudden, because there are times a place where I recklessly won't say in Yanibia Simon in Dino Kodi, a David man in Yano Aquaque, but obey a discipline. Not a plan still no behana. It is painful. Barcelona team no more. Players are last season. Omuti to come bobo, na juice kundi, and a Raphinha. They say Juice Kunde so ne health na a star big kakra. It's sad. Because ken, let me cast some chill. Baby I have seen ye prano. The money is serious na say. We pra wo hopen. See, ne biceps na say ne to ase kakra. Ne 9 rights no, e to ase kakra. E na aka Raphinha. Bi ma me na me nchire wade. Watch this injury. In fact, I started 2023 September. And now, onya sa injury where 2023 Raphinha ne baby was on the 9. One was answer preview. So the injury he got in 2023 was the same thing. In fact, onya similar injury in 2024 January, but on 9 and 9 left no. It is a say the right biceps no. When you mmienu. Inti quickly injury by Barcelona say in their official statement Barcelona said he was going out for 3 weeks. And I must say Obe Messi Sociedad, Paris Saint-Germain, Sevilla, Girona. Inti him say Clasico die Obe Bobby because the last time Raphinha played football was against Real Oviedo. And we in film on the 64th minute. Nyame adumwa ochina 1 month pepepe. So you can say, okay, 3 weeks in the year, he will be available to play the Clasico. You go international break by and about Raphinha 1 ton, and we're like, hey, I said 1 ton in Tamu. And now onya little setback kakra. And what sounds so returning. Setback no nya and just say, Oba Messi Girona game. No, I prepare for the Clasico. Only for this morning. Or say train what is the pains at this stage. Him say the more all rushes so bebo bono, the more and a setbacks in the beba. A very, very sad situation. Because send your boy or pay juma or pay ball ne bono. English no start to say a hand is say ya. Or we are now a stolen development. Ken. Ateta say Gabriel Magalhaes still on one. And now no more ball ATM. Atletico Madrid game we no on training here. And for beyond. The entire makers and say 2 years ago. Ateta be announced say Gabriel Magalhaes Saliba Bakwe pra Arsenal season here done. Nka 2 years ago, 3 years ago, nkonkomo we yet table one ya discuss say and the Arsenal league no we jai. I do remember 3 years ago. Baku pra na Rob Holding na ejina Arsenal for center back. Baku pra na Jacob Kirio and ejina Arsenal center back. And Ose Magalhaes and train here. And even the Arsenal fans, they are not bothered. Speaks to the fact to say, Arsenal are a proper recruitment because, because as I say, Gabriel Magalhaes anyway. Options in Edorson, Moscara bets me a ball, Piero and KP bets me a ball, Ricardo Calafiori bets me a ball, even say during Timber, say Umpesokoboa obets me a ball. Arsenal are a very, very good team, not just with their first 11. Name them. They have quality bench. Coach and I say, Liverpool coach say, why Alexander Isak grind no? She's engine too so when you grind. Okay. Isak's issue, I think say coach now manage situation. Nyanka sana Kenny. And I'm a person me bisa o. Boy no. As I told the bia na ACC me so say, e bia no close na she mu say, once he is fit, he's supposed to start. And I be say mouth. Because me maintain ye many biase. Sometimes, if I want to analyze the situation very well, I am like, maybe as a contract him say, once he is fit, they are supposed to play. Say yes, sir. It is obvious to say, baby, a boy in a drone, 1 year pre-season. In terms of some managing, no abem, maybe 40 minutes and kakra. Then one be picky because obien him say, Ishak ye fit, Eketiki ye fit, Ishak ni more the bocheno. Name send your name and AC air kikakono. So man manage boy in this situation pressure beton so. Because every single timer I can take a best go piano, not a camera to Alexander Isak so. We shouldn't be.
Okay. Let us say, you the booking course and check you the more. Biggie, kind of fun to
kid mom. Oh yeah, Julio Batista story be. Say or criticize Real Madrid coach friend says Xabi Alonso. Na Julio Batista ho ye me wanwa pa. E was say omo ka no krebi de kire Hendrick. Na omo jai Xabi Alonso no omo criticize no. Ken Xabi Alonso a coach and o abefa Real Madrid bobo no. Xabi Alonso had the opportunity of coaching by Leverkusen in the Bundesliga with no disrespect. The Bundesliga is not a bigger league than the Spanish La Liga. That is number one. Number two, club are now coaching the Bundesliga and Mobile Leverkusen. Any bigger club, Fanchen Real Madrid. Enti Ejuma obey the Bundesliga anymore. I no cresa ultimate G League or unbeaten and see what Bundesliga anymore da. I no crepa. Or the team like boy Europa Cup final. I no crepa. But league now with J no. I also change Spanish La Liga no. Spanish La Liga no be the coach Real Madrid. Their friend is Carlo Ancelotti. He is a bigger coach than the coach. Your friend says Xabi Alonso. League now with Germany no. Wajiji be. It was Spain the Real Madrid. A league is so change odi no. Europa Cup now ko ball finals no. Ni mi apani e Champions League. Wajiji be the Real Madrid as we speak. Only the coach when it comes to Champions League, one more day departure coach bia in the history of the Champions League because wajema kuma. This is the coach I know handle Real Madrid. And na oko. And na Real Madrid ababa befa waba. Enti adwuma bia wa ye e wo Bundesliga nim for Bayer Leverkusen na asi obaba befa Real Madrid. looking at the magnitude of the club, the pressure I work club anymore. On to me for Real Madrid, the Jumane Mamma Diagro. On to me for Real Madrid, the Jumane Mamma Tochacha. As a saw shots here now hitting the ground running. Lag league, Nyan Chassi Mpo. Club World Cup anymore. Now matches Bakumi Rumi and Sabio Boya Mkoye. Nipa Chassi Dinatem. A man for Chassi can send me channel. Just because some of you say Real Madrid, the Jumane, and Nadia Zabia Lun to bet me a yet. Debbie. It's your 7 woman say. On a Jumana have found him said the Jumani is so, on him said the Jumani did it. It will be here the best of players, not your mabo, and you have no Barbeso players to be a it will few some bit me a man results, and obey you see. Or by another Enrique injured. Club World Cup and another man opportunity. And after the new players, or more money established, or more opportunity for Club World Cup in him. Enrique now available. Gonzalo Garcia they are available as a backup striker. Or the Club World Cup in the man, he played 6 matches. Or share 4 goals and or stay back. If the coach in the buy now all my players opportunity no. One would be a quadani bet me a Real Madrid. It is all your coach Zabi Alonso. Between or no any Hendrick. Why now ube you know? So no starting from out. Don't forget. Sir Hendrick so ball our but he played it in Brazil at Real Madrid the previous season. And your Copa del Rey no share goals Kakadema Real Madrid. But in the league, he played 22 matches, starting only 3 and 1 goal per. It is not about opportunity no. I was justifying the honor. A bad DJ coach in the beginning. And then a player. I find it's a Gonzalo Garcia. No, a copy and big Debbie. It's on my coach in the dinner. Not coaching in Yanetuma. Because we'll be happy players of the money resource. Kid number 2. Julio Batista se sent Kedin a Brabo. I was Real Madrid and in the football career. A 2 acquire friend is a Hendrick for. Now the woman in 2006-2007. Now Real Madrid have got trophy rounds. So they needed players. I be back team number 6 team no. Now for my side be trophies. Omo ko fa Robinho. Omo fa Julio Batista. And omo fa Sergio Ramos in the count. Kid omo buy na Sergio Ramos e bo. Robinho bo. But now Julio Batista nya be more. Because as a midfielder, attacking midfielder and as a striker, no competing with Zidane any Guti. These were established players e Real Madrid bobo ko anymore. It will be about the left wing position because the position no more competing in mainstay. You reach our season no. And also want to win Real Madrid bobo ko so ko be obenya biabo. And Julio Batista ko bo loan Arsenal. Oko Arsenal no. Oko bomber niema ko ye. E ma ne peke the form of Arsenal after that season. Oba back to Real Madrid. Now Madrid have a new coach Ben Schuster. And a Ben Schuster man opportunity. Oh Real Madrid bobo ko that season he was one of the integral players in the Real Madrid setup. Okahono boy man Real Madrid G League. And don't think that make us say. Or no number about Real Madrid no. As I saw the 2 players friend say Hendrick for. So when you be more Real Madrid I will call Arsenal. Or call Piqué in the form. No back to Real Madrid. Obey instrumental man Madrid G League no. On fan to akwadaa only for say. So when you be more no more playing time the man akwadaa na. On move to a club or move trust when you no more opportunity no one more playing time. Na maybe bano pejana nyama kon kan mano. Now after the loan spell say ba Real Madrid wa ba a good player and a starter. Na mo menye coach Zabi Alonso e na akwa blame no. Debbie. Ken coach a friend session Dyke. Nottingham Forest finally and now we second win of the season. And after 10 matches, Oma Baba be your first win. There is something about Sean Dyke. Mijitum said there is one thing we call the new coach syndrome. Until most of the time. So coach for Jumadi for Fra. And found how bad the team is. Almost every player per position will be a person near Macon Cameron will be under the new coach. It will be a bay in home. Will be a bay increasing the money more. And the total of coaches na correct. But Sean Dyke, season now Arsenal supported Benya GDA power Tetamu in the 2022-2023 season. I would say Arsenal this second at Twaso. But the first time I tested this second, that was in 2022-2023 season. And on the Arsenal supporters the GDA buy that season. Now supporters need so confident on making the Premier League title. Looking at the performance, I know more than Arsenal was on a very good run. Almost Bona almost share. That time. That team my friend said Everton so near man con kind from Maomo. Almost the Taria now why. Coincidentally at that time, Everton so about 10 matches they are twice or Munsun to mean chair. And I'm going for a coach on Dyke the buy. And the first test was against Arsenal. And Arsenal were 4. A game I know BNG draw Crampo Panibeti Viana. eventually. Oshia Arsenal no Arsenal 1-0. It was one of the losses say Arsenal season no. Ali League je ebe dey Arsenal because momentum no magada on the side. And now FC Porto, one of the teams in Europe this season, came before yesterday's game no losing match domestically. League no more match will be after 8 matches. 7 wins and no draw one no draw and it's against Benfica, a Champions League team. I only know the same league. It's a the kind of former FC Porto womb. No baby share Nottingham Forest or not to 10 matches. On to me win. Nation Dyke over 10 results no. And to me 2-goal win. And the amateur my friends Nottingham Forest. Me did to say you too early. But at least the good start the man has had. Only that kind of confidence. Now players need play according to the instructions are. On the team now, Nuno Espirito Santo build the two. He's a defensive minded coach. And coach no di can be fire and post ko no be break aka because to transform the mindset of the players from defensive football to attacking football they take time. Omo nya sa time na mfa no. But fortunately for them, Sean Dyche is also a defensive minded coach. It's be an team na build here no. He's a man who bet me to better than to go for coach about possessing football diaba. And I'm hoping say win now when you know. E bet to also the few na niam akonkan e the amateur be friend say Nottingham Forest game.
Okay.